Shalom. I have some dreams to share. There will be 2 videos, and this is the first one. And I'm not sure when I'll get to the second one, but it should be pretty soon. And I will share some dreams, 2 dreams. I've had 3 dreams of former President Obama, and then I've had 2 dreams of President Trump. And then we'll share a table for this. And then the second video, which will be soon, is the Grapes of Wrath video. So we'll start with this, and we'll talk about this. We just came through a good day. The Yom Tov means good day. Tu B'Av is a minor Jewish holiday, so we just came through that. It's a holiday of love. And so the table that I did would be, so there's no vowels, so it's the tet and the vav, and then the bet, aleph, bet. So Tu B'Av in Deuteronomy 22:2 to Deuteronomy 30:17. You can see that. Skip at 7:24. So I just thought this was lovely, and it's Tu B'Av here, which it starts, and the tet. And you shall speak and say before the Lord your Elohim, a wandering Aramean was my father, and he went down into Egypt and sojourned there with a few, and became there a nation great, mighty, and populous. And then the bet, ends in, and you shall not go aside from any of these words which I command you this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods, Elohim, to serve them. So you shouldn't do that. But this is lovely. This is Tu B'Av, and then Shavuot starts down here. And I love this. It's a Hava, a day of love. So that's standing straight up across Shavuot. Tenderness and affection, and we adore him. Dancing and ballet. And then of course maiden, a virgin. And then vineyard is in here multiple times. And then it's a festival. It's a holiday. So it comes up in here several times, along with Yovel, Jubilee. So you can look at that and see the table. Just beautiful in Deuteronomy. So, of course, they wouldn't have the vows. So, and then something more sobering a little bit. So, in April, I thought it was last year, it was actually this year. So, I mean, I have dreams, and I should write all of them down, but, I mean, I don't know. It's just really difficult to do that. I dreamed that I was in this tabernacle like this. It wasn't square like most people talk about it. And there's a reason why he gave me that dream, because we went to a family's birthday party later. And it's personal, but this part I can share. So I dreamed it was in a tabernacle, and it is this. So this is from some research this person has done. And so I could see out the bottom of this tabernacle. So for me to be able to see out, so it was like the Lord wanted me to see this. So I saw former President Obama walking outside this tabernacle here, pacing back and forth. Like I could see his feet, but I was securely inside. And he was kind of pacing. And as I was standing inside this, I saw this leg from this spider. So this is from Lost in Space. This is the only thing I could relate this to explain this. And this leg was trying to get inside. But it was very interesting because it was a metallic alloy. That's the only words I could describe what this metal looked like. It was some kind of metallic alloy. And I kept having this feeling like, where have I seen this before? I know I've seen this metal before. Where have I seen this metal? And it was many years ago, about 20 years ago, that I had a dream about some kind of metal that was being able to be painted on airplanes, and it was some sort of covering on that. And it was some kind of metallic something that they were painting on it. It looked like paint, but obviously there was more to this. that I don't understand. But it was a metallic alloy, that I knew. And that it was part of the web, but it was something more of an interconnectivity. And Yeshua was showing me that yes, the web is connected to him, and the Chad one with the network system. And that's the best way I could explain it. But it was trying to get in, but it couldn't. So the whole concept of this tabernacle, he dwells, he covers us. For in the day of trouble, he will hide me in his shelter, and he will conceal me under the cover of his tent, and he will set me upon a rock. O Jehovah, who may abide in your tent, who may dwell on your holy hill. Psalm 31:20, you hide me in the secret place of your presence from the schemes of men. You conceal them in your shelter from accusing tongues. I love this. The scripture is so amazing to me. Psalm 76:2, his tabernacle shall be in Salem, and his dwelling in Zion. So, and we're right at the 2 years where the eclipse went through the Salems. So I found that really interesting in the scripture. For the Lord has chosen, so Jehovah has chosen Zion. He has desired it for his home. So again, you have this concept. You have the tabernacle. He wants to dwell in men's hearts. I mean, for goodness sakes, 2 of them have already been destroyed. So apparently, we just came through to Baal and to Tish B'Av and all the things that is related to that. But he's desiring more than this. And the whole concept of songs, have lots of implications to them. And so the song Tabernacle is rising right now in the hearts of those who believe. And that's very true. And here's the link for Breaking Israeli News that talks about the tabernacle here. So that's amazing. So 2 Peter. And before I get to the other dreams, I'll share this with you. People are really, I don't know what to say. Such punishment especially reserved those who indulge in corrupt desires of the flesh and despise authority. Bold and self-willed, those men are unafraid to slander angelic majesties. Yet in the same way, these dreamers defile the bodies, reject authority, and slander glorious beings. You must not blaspheme God or curse the ruler of your people. I can't stress the importance. People are speaking this horrible stuff about leaders, and it's very specific in Scripture. We're not supposed to do that. These men are discontented grumblers, following after their own lust. Their mouths spew arrogance. They flatter others for their own advantage. And so when it talks about glorious beings, you really should go and look at the word and what glory is. It's an armament. Heavy. Israel will see the armament of Jehovah, the one who's done battle for them with the Egyptians. So I'll link these things in here so you can look through this in the tabernacle. But it was like this right here in my dream. And I never considered it until a friend told me about this a few years prior to this year. So I was pretty amazed. Second dream, this is a beautiful stone castle, and I could not find a picture that did it justice. It was just beautiful. And the stones were done by hand. So, and I was in the kitchen before a banquet. I feel more comfortable in the kitchen, actually, behind the scenes. And there was a beautiful, huge wooden table, and the table was amazing. I couldn't find a table like it for a picture. There's nothing like it. I've never in my entire life seen that much food. The portions were huge. It was being cooked in some kind of old-fashioned fireplace, again, all stone. And in the dream, I knew it was almost finished cooking. And the portions were just more than I've ever seen in my life. I was hungry, but it wasn't time to eat, so I had a bowl of cereal. And there was a refrigerator there, and I asked if there was some almond milk, and the woman there advised me that she made sure that I had some. Like, she already knew that I would want some and had went out and bought it for me. And I ate at the beautiful table waiting. So, and you should look at the meaning of fear in ancient Hebrews, because I had no fear in this tabernacle, but I feared, and there's a fear of Jehovah and what that means. And it means to throw in a sense of flowing, and is closely related to the verb yara. Not only are they related in a sense, both are from the same parent root, but they are also related by definition. It's a character of an individual and his character. And the first dream of President Trump was in 2017. And there was a car that hit his car on the passenger side door. I think it was the left. And Trump was not in the car, and the temperature was rising to 140 degrees, and there was no stopping it. And I was inside this building in California, and I had tried to give a glass of water to someone. So then outside the building there was an air conditioning unit, and their units are big ones, huge, and President Trump was running trying to put out the fires, and he was alone, and no one was around him. So Quoth in the mem would be 140, and this is rise, avenge, snatch, wither, grasp. So this is all the words that 140 means: vengeance, a rising or standing of anything. And the second dream I had was this last week, 8/14, I believe that's when it was, yeah. And I dreamed that President Trump was outside in a city, and he was standing in front of a brick wall like this, like an older brick wall, and he was coming out of it with a newspaper in his right hand, and it was like holding against his chest, and it was folded just like this picture. He was holding a cup of ice cream in his other hand, and a vehicle pulled up and rolled down the window, and the male driver shot a blow dart at President Trump, but the newspaper blocked the dart, and it's like the blow darts with poison they used in some movies. And it was more of an ancient wood one, kind of like this, but smaller. And I don't know how to explain this, but time passed like a moment, but he was in the same place. So I don't know how to convey that concept. Then another attempt was made this time. The window rolled down and something was blown in the air, and I could see spores released, like it was airborne. And I saw his face, and he looked ill, and there was no one around him. He was alone again. So again, both these dreams, he was absolutely alone. And I like this psalm: which stilleth the noise of the seas, and the noise of their waves, and the tumult of the people. The tumult. There's so much stuff. The noise is ridiculous. You must not blaspheme God or curse the ruler of your people. And again, the whole tabernacle thing in different languages that they've done, and how they've changed the text, especially the Masoretic text. And I'm going to connect this here. It should be bullets and the sacrifices of our prayers. And he talks about he doesn't desire sacrifices. It's mercy and justice. And, it's just another way that they're hiding stuff and keeping things from the people. Things aren't what they appear to be, at all. Thou hast declared that we may substitute the prayer of our lips for the sacrifices of bullocks. And he's saying, so will we render for bullocks the offering of our lips, that we may present the fruit of our lips? So he's talking a lot about different things here. The fruit of our lips. By him, let us sacrifice of praise of God continually. That is the fruit of our lips. Fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. The writer uses fruit of our lips in a way that not only substantiates the iniquity of our reading of Hosea, but indicates that this was a popular passage, since the writer uses the phrase casually. By him, Yeshua, salvation. Therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to our Elohim continually, that is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to His name. So I'll put this in here so you can look through that. Then the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to Jehovah, but the prayer of the upright is His delight. And we've had, I've had dreams about the crocodile and the alligator and different things, kind of the American alligator and the crocodile, and what some of that things represent, and the serpent, and in several references there's associated with a cosmic power hostile to Jehovah. Given the association of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, with the Nile, the resonance was strong enough to link the sea monster with Pharaoh. And then I think this is extremely interesting because I had a dream about this before, and I ran across this. It's from a Vini Colgate University professor and author of the book of the year, A Brief History of Our Seasonal Holidays. It says there's a legend that the ancient feathered serpent god descends from the sky on the equinox. Today it draws crowds who hope to catch the light snake slithering down the steps. Pretty gross. So I've seen this come down before, and it was pretty interesting. And you can read that. I'll just pause it. Jeremiah 30. Oh, for great is that day, there is none like it. And it is the time of Jacob's distress, but he shall be saved out of it. Can't stress the importance of stop leaving out the rest of this verse. And it shall be in that day, declares Jehovah of hosts, I will break his yoke from your neck and tear off your bonds, and no foreigners no more enslave them. And that's armies, armament. He's going to battle. And they shall serve Jehovah their Elohim, and David their sovereign, whom I raise up for them. David, beloved. And you do not fear, O Yaakov, my servant, declares Jehovah, nor be discouraged, O Israel, for look, I am saving you from afar, and your seed from the land of their captivity. And Yaakov shall return and have rest and be at ease, with no one to trouble him. So that's yet to come, obviously. For I am with you, declares Jehovah, to save you. Though I make a complete end of all the Gentiles where I scattered you, yet I do not make a complete end of you. But I shall reprove you in judgment, and by no means leave you unpunished. It's justice. People are just praying for justice, because there is no justice right now. We want justice, and we want judgment. But people don't understand in ancient Hebrew, judgment means to restore life. Look this stuff up and read for yourself. Go research this stuff. It's not what people think it is. Another translation from this Jeremiah 30, I will surely save you out of a distant place, your descendants from the land of their exile. So that's just a couple of dreams I've had. And the other one from former President Obama, I didn't share that, but those two I have. So the one about the serpent coming down, and then I had a dream about the sunglasses. You can see that on a previous video. So that was a dream about him. So